Fasting is a superpower. Fasting is a superpower. Fasting is a superpower. It unlocks so many different things. It's not just about your belly. You become a superhero. You become, man. You become a you. It allows you to become connect with yourself. It allows you to be able to be out here and vibrate differently. You're able to see correctly. You're able to. It's just different when you everybody's constantly always fed. People is constantly always eating, drinking. It's not just about weight loss. Weight loss is just weight loss is just it's just a bonus, you know? And I think the reason why people keep running from it because they only focuses on the weight loss. I'm telling you, you operate on a different frequency, a different wave. You see people differently, you see situations differently. Now, as you progress, there's some hurdles that you do have to get over, especially if you're planning to do fasting regularly. I think if you're gonna do fasting regularly, men shouldn't go past the 90-hour mark. And I think women shouldn't go past around a 48, 50 mark. Everybody should be fasting. It's really about eating when you're hungry. And when you do that, you operate so differently. You turn into a whole different thing, man. You turn into this you turn into this machine. You turn into this machine. You your cardiovascular improve, your thought process improve, your movements improve. You know what I'm saying? And it allows you to be the best version of yourself. I know we hear that all the time, but you really do tune into to a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? And when you start utilizing that talent or that was been given to us since like I didn't know what I was doing until now I know what I was doing. When I was in college, I was definitely onto something. When I stumbled over this whole intermittent fasting thing, and when I stumbled over it, it really was by mistake, you know? And now to find out that fasting been here for so long and it allows us to turn into a superhero. I'm always telling us to be our own superhero. I'm always telling us to be our own superhero, and now I know why and how to be your own superhero. When you get into a fasted state, when food does not it no more owns you, it don't have you in its stronghold, it doesn't have you in its headlock. I'm telling you, you're turning to one of the most cleverest people in the world. Weight loss is just part of it, man. And the steps, you know what I'm saying? You get those that start off with the 16-8 or 18-4. You know what I'm saying? That's how I started. I started doing intermittent fasting. It was my protocol was 16-8, and I want to say every other weekend I would do a 24-hour fast. You know what I'm saying? I would do a 24-hour fast. And it's the craziest thing, man. You start to understand all types of stuff, man, when it comes to hunger cravings. Like People think because your stomach is growling that you need food. Found that that wasn't it. I understood that, going through brain falls because I was always clouded. And when I started fasting, I started to see that all that stuff was clearing up. It's all it was clearing up. And I was able to focus and push through some stuff. And now today, I go hours and hours without eating. And it allows me to use that fuel for my body to go and operate and do things in a way that I'm able to do. Sometimes I'm not even understanding or knowing that I'm even tired. I do prolonged fasts. Mostly I do prolonged fasts. Most of the time I do like rolling. I really do flexible fasting, which is between, I want to say, 24 to 72 hours. Anywhere in between that. I keep doing it. Once I eat, I would eat between like 1 or 2 days. I mean 1 or 2 hours, and I go right back to it. And I wait till I'm hungry. You have to wait till you're hungry. And I'm telling you, the weight loss is just a benefit. We trying to turn into superheroes. You're trying to turn into a fat burner, and you're trying to use that energy and that fuel to go and do what you need to do. And it's baby steps. Start with a 16-8. Start with an 18-4. When I was in college, I would do 24 hours fast every other weekend. On Sundays, I will do a 24-hour fast. And I didn't know what I was doing until now. I've been doing fasting for mad long, man. I do not. I use it when I'm losing weight. If I want to lose weight, you could be any size you want. You could be any size you want. And you start to realize that the stuff that we've been taught all these years has been lies. And of course, there's a couple of things you want to consider and keep in mind, like protein, carbs, fruits, you know. You want to make sure that when you break your fast, your body is functioning off of fuel that it actually needs. It's a such thing as putting the wrong gas in a car in your vehicle. Of course, I'm not trying to break people's hearts because telling people that they can't have it's interesting telling the person that they can't have the stuff that's killing them. A person would tell you fasting will kill you or you're killing yourself, but yet they'll go eat something. Have you ever picked up something out of the store and it had a whole grocery list and the ingredients? Why has all that stuff? Our bodies don't need that stuff. Our body don't need that stuff. Stick to stuff that have like 2 or 3 ingredients. You don't need other stuff. Why McDonald's French fry got all that stuff? It's a different type of gas. That gasoline does not. What happens with that gas that you put in your vehicle, it messes you up inside. And there's a whole lot of stuff like that out there. You have to stick with the fruits, the vegetables, and the high quality meats. And if any treats you want, like I started making my own Pop Tarts in the house. And that's a whole nother video. A whole different a whole different ball game, man. I barely ever eat out because I don't know what they put in our food. My mission is my goal is this. I'm trying to go to a whole nother level with this stuff. I've been doing it for too long. I've been a weight loss coach for 13 years, and it's time to even take myself and people that I could gather to want to go on this journey to health and wellness, especially for those who getting older. There's no reason we out here still eating junk. There's no reason. And I want to see people flourish the best that they can, the best of their ability. No more eating food and come home and being staggered. The purpose of eating food is so we could go and do whatever we're supposed to do properly with all the energy that we're supposed to have. Not going out there being bodied. We don't even know sometimes some of the food that we eat it's like a sleeping pill. We eat that food and we be knocked out on the couch, or we be in a room knocked out, snoring like crazy. It's because of what you ate. It's because of the food that you chose. It's the fuel, the gas that you chose to put in your vehicle. The reason why the word cheat day even exists, you know why the word cheat day even exists? The word cheat day exists only because it's saying that only once in a while, it's not supposed to be regularly. And what happened? We live in society that eating bad foods or choosing the wrong types of food is now regularly. And you know what's the biggest thing now is that they door dashing and all that stuff to your house now. They don't even want you cooking no more. They saying to prevent you from cooking. Sorry about that. But to prevent you from cooking, they gonna bring that hot plate to your house. They gonna bring it to your house. They gonna bring it to you. They don't even want you cooking because God forbid that you cook food that's you gonna put the right stuff in it. God forbid you do that. God forbid you use the right oils. God forbid you do that. They don't want you to do that. But we don't see it, you know what I'm saying? That's why when you fasting, you're in a fasted state, all this stuff start coming to you. How do I know all this stuff? I know all this stuff because I used to be 300 pounds. I know all this stuff because I lost 84, 85 pounds in 12 months. I know all this stuff because I started fasting regularly. And then I started studying. Then I started understanding that they want you obese. They want you sick. You know why? Because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry in sick people. As long as you sick, there's an opportunity for somebody to make money. Ain't that something? As long as you sick, it's an opportunity for you to make money. Everybody have people in their family sick. What do? They give them medication. We supposed to be healing ourselves, man. I'm on a faster journey right now to help my left knee heal. I've been having issues with it. I say, you know what? I'm gonna go on a couple of days and let's see what happens. And I'll give you guys an update. Let fasting turn you to a superhero. If you look at all the superheroes they gave, they was always better than everybody else. They was always more aware of everybody else. They was always stronger than everybody else. They always had more willpower more than everybody else. They was able to do things better than everybody else. Why? Because they was a superhero. How we could turn into a superhero? We put the fork down for a little while and allow our bodies to uh, changes and use us so we could do things. Your performance in the gym, you won't be brain fogging and trying to figure out words. Your ideas, when you put it down on paper, the focus. Because you know we lose focus out here. Why? And that's not by mistake. That's on purpose. That's not by mistake. And you go do all that, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna be better than everybody else. And then you're gonna be so focused and so aware, you're gonna start hearing what people saying. Are you fast that long? Well, the first thing you're gonna find out is that your body is against you more than you know. And you have to get that under wraps. You have to be able to have that in control. If you don't have that in control, it's gonna be bad for you. The flesh is weak, man. It doesn't want you to flourish. It's the biggest bully you ever gonna come across. You wanna see a bully? Let you start getting hungry. They're gonna say, "Eat something," and it's gonna start whining, and it's gonna start pushing you around, and next you know, you were in there eating something. And it's not wrong with eating. It's nothing wrong with breaking your fast. It's giving yourself the opportunity to become better than your current state. So that's it, guys. I hope this helped whoever running into this video. The best way to turn into a superhero, the best way to actually be walking around actual fat burner, um, the greatest weight loss tactics or skill that you ever have is putting the fork down for a little while. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later.